All righty. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Mary Greenon, the Director of Communications for the Hudson Gateway Association of Realtors. And once again, we have our friend Alex from Real Grader with us today. And Alex is coming to us live from Las Vegas. Wow, it's early out there, isn't it, Alex?
It's 6:35 in the morning.
Oh,
Let's go.
kudos to Alex for getting up so early. And he's going to have a really great presentation for us today. It's called $1 Million Marketing Ideas that you can use to help your real estate business grow. And without further ado, Alex.
Thank you. All right, so I'm not kidding. If your video's not on, you gotta at least tell me why in chat. Because I'm gonna go all in on this webinar. I'm gonna, give you everything I got. And I'm just looking for participation. If you can't make it on camera, just let me know. Hey, I can't make it on camera. I'm feeding my kids or I'm doing this. Just let me know you can actually pay attention, because I will call on people in the group. I'm all about holding people accountable. I want you to succeed. So I'm going to give you $1 million marketing ideas. And all I ask is that you implement something from this webinar. Just something, one thing. Because I don't want you to sit here and be here for an hour and be like, well, that was cool, but now back to business. It's like we take these webinars so that we can actually take one nugget. If I give you one nugget, I've done my job. Sound good? Are we all in? Let me know in the chat, all in, or I'm dabbling. Awesome. People who can't make it are telling me because they're driving. Awesome. Just safe. If I give you that aha moment, pull over. Don't, freak out. All right, cool. I see some cameras turning on. So let's do this. I have Josh on the call as well. Josh is on my team. He's out in California at the California Association of Realtors. He's also up at 6:30. Josh, way to go for being on the call. We are committed.
Sorry, I was a little late. The internet service is really bad in my hotel. It's been going on and off all night. But
yeah, I would say rejoin from your phone if you can. You really
can still answer anything in the chat for you guys as well. Okay.
No, you for coming on. Let's do this. So where are we here? Boom, boom, boom. All right, so I'll give you a little bit about me and our company. And what we do is we measure, manage, and maximize your digital presence. That is really our gift and the value that we provide to the real estate industry. I've been in this for over 21 years. And it all started with my mom. She's a realtor who's retired now, but she was doing real estate in Long Island, New York. And she came from, she's a super, I call her the super entrepreneur, right? Because she's faced more challenges than I have. She started from nothing. I started from my mom's raising. Like, she raised me in a beautiful home in Long Island with a great education system. She didn't start that way. She came in Romania, started in a very poor family. They made a lot of money with the factory that they eventually built. And then communism happened. They took away the factory, they took away their house, and my grandmother negotiated for their passports to leave the country. So my mom and my grandmother left. My grandfather went into the prison because he owned a factory, and that's what they did over there. And they started in New York with nothing. And they started working out of a factory in Queens, New York, out of the Staples factory, started from scratch, got into rental real estate in Queens, New York, got into residential real estate, then saved up enough money to put a down payment on this property. They couldn't live in it, but they fixed it up and rented it out until eventually they lived in one half. And then eventually they lived in both halves. My grandmother on one side, my mom on the other, with me and my brother. And I was blessed to be raised in Manhasset, New York. And my mom was a single mom. She was paying the mortgage, selling real estate. And I came home from college and she was struggling with the internet. So I started helping her put the listings into the computer, started helping her with marketing, got my license. And then she closed a really big deal that was the $80,000 commission check that we got through email marketing. We emailed the listing to a big list and it landed in the right box. We found a buyer. And then, like, all my mom's friends started asking for help. They're like, Alex, how'd you help your mom do that? Like, we want your help. Come to our house. I went to all these realtors' houses and, like, updated their websites and helped them with their marketing. And so I've been doing this for 21 years, kind of being a techie geek for realtors. And I realized that, you know, years later, we're still struggling with technology, right? Like, how many people are struggling with technology? Let me know, raise your hand, or let me know in the chat. Like, I struggle with technology too. My mom still struggles with like even the remote control that I have to go over and reprogram all the time. But now we have all this technology that is part of our business. So during COVID, what happened is I saw that everybody was struggling. I started offering free classes. And that's what led to, you know, me providing classes for Hudson Gateway Association of Realtors, is I realized there was a big need to learn all this stuff. So, look, you know, COVID happens. I can't go to real estate offices anymore. I've been traveling to 150 offices a year. So I decided to just give away information. Every single day I did a webinar for free on what realtors should be doing with technology, how they can market themselves, how they can stand out. And that grew our business double and triple. So I'll pause there for a second. Think for yourself, because I had to go deep and really think, my business model is going to change. What can I do for the industry? And what I came up with is provide as much value as possible. Right. And I wasn't even selling anything. I was just providing education, but more and more realtors came on the call to learn. And when I think of all of you, you have a gift that you can provide besides, you know, helping people buy and sell their home. What's like an educational aspect you can provide? What's a gift you can provide? You know, for me, it was, I not only provided education, but I provided the gift of grading your online presence, like giving you an audit on how you're doing. So I would offer that for free to realtors all the time. Like, hey, I'll look at all your stuff and tell you how you're doing. Eventually, we built the software for that. But I see realtors out there providing market reports. I see realtors providing neighborhood information. I see realtors providing educational information when the market is changing, like it is now, right? I mean, all the buyers that have been on the sidelines are going to come out of the woodwork now, right? The houses aren't flying off the market anymore. You're not having like 50 people online at an open house anymore. So things are changing. What value can you provide? And in the world of digital marketing, we call it the most incredible gift ever. What's the most incredible gift that you could provide? Maybe it's like this really amazing market report that you put together about your local town. Maybe it's this amazing market report you put together about a condo community that you work, right? Maybe it's a list of the best restaurants. But can I hear from a couple people? Is there something that you think you could provide to people that they would want, that they would be willing to give like their name and their email for? Let me know in the chat or voice it if you have an idea. Any thoughts? Any idea is a good idea here. Just throw it out and I'll help you formulate it. But there's something that you have that nobody else has. Could be as simple as like, you know, all the streets in that neighborhood, you know, the prices in that neighborhood, you know, the market data, you know, the newest restaurants coming, you know, all the best parks and recreation, you know, the best place to walk your dogs, you know, the best place to go in the morning. Awesome. Walter's saying my condo community. That's a huge one, Walter. That one would work really well. Camila says local supermarkets in the neighborhood. Perfect. There's such a great thing about that. People move. I move to new neighborhoods all the time and I wonder like, what's the best supermarket and what do I need to know about it? Jody says, I struggle to find out how my years as a yoga studio owner in the community can differentiate me. Totally. What if it was like, hey, here's a free guide on how to reduce your stress? I mean, we're all stressed out. Including our incredible amenities. Yes. So these are all great ideas. These are perfect ideas. Like if they're coming out of your mouth and out of your mind right now, they have value. And they have value to a community of people that care about that, right? There is a community of people that care about the local supermarkets in Camila's neighborhood. There is a community of people that care about Walter's condo community, right? People thinking to move there, people think that are living there currently. There is a huge community, Jody, for people that want to reduce their stress, that want to learn about yoga. Where should I start? What are the local yoga studios in my neighborhood? You know, where can I download a YouTube video on how to learn about this? I'm teaching meditation to team members in my team right now, and I give them all kinds of resources. So yes, totally. And the rest of you think about it, like what's something of value? Because that's all it took, was creating this most incredible gift, providing it in some simple format, whether it's a 1-page download, a 3-page download, right? A little ebook, nothing crazy. I'm not talking about going to write a 100-page novel right now, right? I'm just talking about something that somebody can download and get a nugget out of it. Download the local supermarkets in the area. Here's a list, right? Download a market report about this condo community. Download all the best yoga studios in my community. These 10 tips to breathing, whatever it is a gift. And if you provide that consistently somewhere, people will download it and they will provide you their name and their email, and you will start to build a list. In my case, it was first I said, I'll provide free education. Who wants to attend my webinar? And it was about learning technology and reducing your stress. And a bunch of realtors started giving me their names and emails to register for my webinar. Then I said, oh, I'm going to give people a free grade. And a bunch of people started putting in for their free grade. So that led to a lot of lists and a lot of people. And this is something I'm going to give away for just attending today. During COVID, I wrote 8 guidebooks. How to do Google Business, how to do Facebook Business, how to do Realtor.com, how to do Zillow, how to do Instagram, how to grow your Instagram followers. I'm going to give all of you these books for free. And all I'm going to ask for is your name and your email. So I'm actually putting it in action right on this webinar to show you how it works. And you can follow my funnel to understand how you can apply this to yourself. Right now, I'm asking you just to send me your name and email via phone. You're going to send this to Josh, and he's going to send you the slides from today's presentation, as well as those 8 guidebooks that I have on a link that he's going to provide to all of you. And this isn't for us to spam you. We don't have time for that. I'm literally providing these of value to you, but I just want to show you how it works. You're giving me a name and an email, and I'm giving you something of value. Think about in your business if you did that all day long. You know what the most valuable thing in your business is? Anybody have a guess? Most valuable thing in any business. Camila says yourself. Well, yeah, 100%. But it's your list. It's your sphere, right? Without your sphere, you're not going to do any business. Without your list, you're not going to do any business. The bigger your list is, the more business you're going to do. It's directly correlated in any business. So how are you building your sphere? How are you building your network, right? We're putting contacts in our phones, we're doing that. But what if you just started collecting names and emails in a place to start building your list, and you knew these people were interested in what you were giving them, which was something of value? Make sense so far? Awesome. So, I mean, I'm not, you know, I am talking the talk and I'm walking the walk here, is what I'm going to say. I did this, and I won an award called a 2CC award, 2 Comma Club award, whereas you make $1 million using one marketing funnel. We did this in the past 12 months. This year, we're on track to do 3 million, right? So I'm literally telling you this is what we did to grow our business, and this can work for your business. And I've seen it work for realtors. So I know it works for realtors. And this is our funnel. This is our thing that we give away now. We give a free Google grade of your online presence. So while I'm presenting to you, I'm also like inviting you to work with us, but I'm also showing you how I'm building a list so that you can start applying this to your sphere and to your contacts. Right? Like if Jody posted every day on social media, hey, you know, I just found this great yoga studio. Do you want to download my guide to the top 10 yoga studios in my community? There would be people that download her guide, right? Or, hey, you know, I used to be a yoga studio owner. Do you want to know the top 10 tricks to breathing? Download my guide, right? She can put it on her Facebook. She could put it on her Instagram. She could put it on her website. She could do it at an open house, right? They may not be interested in the house, but they probably are interested in reducing their stress if they're shopping for a house, right? So, I mean, there's different ways to collect this data. So I'm going to invite you all. You don't have to do it now, just write it down. But if you want to go through our funnel, it's getyourfreegrade.com. So I even got a domain, getyourfreegrade.com. Right? So Walter, I don't know what condo community, maybe put it in the chat, but it could be like learn about xyzcondocommunity.com, right? Or download the market report, you know, market report at condocommunity.com. And you would get people in the local community to download that. And that would be a very targeted list. So getyourfreegrade.com is something you can go through to get your grade. Make sense? So $1 million marketing idea, I'm going to propose to you, this is how somebody told me how to make $1 million. Now, 3-4 years ago, when I was like, oh, make $1 million with my business, I was like, okay, we're making a couple 100,000 and it's going well. And I got a few different businesses doing that, but I can never break $1 million. You know, in 21 years in business, every time I would get to $1 million, it was kind of like this spot where I couldn't break through it and scale the business up. But now we're doing that. And I figured out some of the tricks to that. The list was a big part of it. But I want to break down $1 million. Making $1 million in revenue, it's $27.40 a day. Okay. Now I'm going to open up your minds a little bit to outside of real estate transactions. What if you could generate $27.40 a day, whether it be from people downloading your book that you write, whether it be from going and purchasing an ancillary service like solar, right? Whether it be they're purchasing some other type of insurance, whether it be you're providing a recommended guide of all the local landscapers, all the supermarkets, all of this, all of that, and it's a $99 download. Right? We can brainstorm all these potential ideas, but there's realtors right here at EXP that are making way extra money, way extra money on all kinds of additional services besides real estate. And in your changing market where you're not going to have as many listings transacting, you may want to consider some of that, right? What if you could just have recurring revenue coming in $27.40 a day? And you're making $1 million just from recurring revenue. I'm just opening up your ideas here a little bit, get the juices flowing, because like we're going into this changing market and everybody's like a little constricted, like, oh, it's going to get tight. I got to back down. I got to slow down my marketing. Actually, no, this is when you want to lean in, right? The top producers lean in right now. And they start looking at what else can they do? What can we do differently? How can we do it differently? Right? So it's a great time to start building your list. It's a great time to start working with more qualified people. It's a great time to be looking at ancillary opportunities that you can bring to your client base. There's all kinds of ways to make money, right? So my question is, does anybody on this call have a funnel right now? And a funnel is very different from a website. A website, people land on your website and they have so many choices. They can go window shopping. They can go left. They can go right. They can click on this navigation and that navigation. A funnel drives them to do one thing: enter their name and email. That's the first thing they need to do. And then they can do other stuff. And how do you get them to do that? Give them something of value. They land on your website. What's your home worth, right? Or like, what's your home really worth? And we want people to fill in that form. But that's so generic. I'm sorry, but everybody's doing that. I would rather land on your page and see download 10 ways to create longevity in life, or like download 10 ways to reduce your stress. Or, you know, are you living in this community? Download this market guide. So give a little bit of thought to that. I'm just going to grab my coffee and I'll be right back. All right, I got coffee and I'm back. Okay, so that's something to consider. Do you have a story that you're telling? This is a big thing, whether you're going on a listing presentation, whether you're talking to people on social media. What is my story? Can anybody share? What did you catch what my story is? Feel free to just voice, unmute yourself. This is a conversation. Look, we got 13 people on the call. This isn't like a webinar where I'm on a megaphone and you're in the audience. This is like all of us in a circle table.
Yeah, I like your story of how you helped your mother expand her real estate business and get that $80,000 commission. That's a great story. And then you started helping other people in the same position.
So perfect. So thank you. And I mean, it took me a while to figure out that that was my story, but I kept looking at it and I'm like, that's where it all started. It all started with my mom. First of all, I was born for my mom. And then she gave me the business idea in a sense. So you want to look at what's your story, right? Like, why are you in real estate? You know, like there's a story behind the yoga studio. There's a story behind why you got in real estate. There's a story why you're at that condo community, Walter. I don't hear that a lot from realtors, but that's like a huge opportunity. And that's what people are going to connect with when you go on a listing presentation, right? That's what people are going to connect with on social media. They actually want to connect with you, but they don't know you. They know your listings, right? Like realtors are known for, we know that they post a lot of listings. They have a lot of inventory. Congratulations, you went under contract and you sold properties, right? That's like what the general population sees. But you know who does really well is the people that tell their story. Those are the realtors that are really crushing it right now, who like opened up a little bit on social media and said, hey, this is my story. This is where it all started. This is why I'm so committed. This is why I'm in the game. When I hear that, I want to list with you. Right? So how many people have a story? And it's okay if you don't, but I'm just opening up your eyes to, you know, when you bring in that story, it makes all the difference. Walter, Jody, let me know in the chat, or let me know. Just give me a thumbs up. Yes, I have a story. No, I don't have a story. And if you're looking to develop your story, a great resource is a book by Simon Sinek. That's where it hit me. Simon Sinek, Start With Why, I think it's called. And it looks at, why do you do what you do? Why do you wake up every morning? Why are we here? Why are we here on this call? There's a big why behind it.
Alex, how do you spell his last name?
S-I-N-E-K. And he's got a great YouTube video that a lot of businesses are following now. Walter says, I do not have a story. Perfect, Walter. So now you have an opportunity to create one. You know, there's a story probably way back where you got into real estate, and there's a story why you're working in this specific condo community that you're in. but you want to look at that and start thinking about how you can develop your story. Because now I start every presentation with my story. I start every investor presentation, and we're raising money right now. We're close to raising $1 million. And I start every conversation with investors with my story. And you know what resonates like long after my presentation is my story. People reach out to me weeks later and they're like, oh, I love that story about your mom. Right? So it has like a resonating effect. It lands versus like a listing presentation. They'll remember you for your story more than they'll remember you for your listing presentation. Okay, next one is, do you have a hook? How are you bringing people in to list with you? How are you bringing people in to talk with you? What's your hook? Now, this is where I'm inviting you to be a little creative. Like my hook is avoid the costly mistakes that have shocked 30,000 top producers. That's my hook. Like I'm presenting at EXP and we sold out all of our sessions because we did a workshop called The Power of Google and Your Online Reputation. Avoid the costly mistakes that have shocked 30,000 top producers. Because we Google them and then they're embarrassed. Right? That's our hook. So like what differentiates you? And probably the thing that you're most like, you know, I'm using Jody here because it's an easy target for me, is like, she's like, I'm not sure how this yoga thing fits in. It's exactly that. Like the thing that you're almost like avoiding bringing in, or the thing that you're like, I'm not sure if that fits in. That is the hook. You just have to figure out how to connect the dots. So like hooks can be a little controversial, right? Hooks can have to be something that draws somebody in. Like, why does social media do well? Because it's got a hook and it draws you in. When videos go viral, usually they have some sort of a hook, unless they're totally silly. But like, it's got to hook people in. That's what a hook is. It's hooking them in. So you're going to tell a story, and then I'm going to hook you in with $1 million marketing idea. Right? You're here today because you want to learn $1 million marketing ideas. That's a hook. It's like a catchy tagline. Okay. And then lastly, do you have an irresistible offer? Right? Like I met a guy last night, Michael LaFido. He's doing a designation for luxury. He's an 8% commission broker. Want to know more? Right? It's like, how does he do it? How does he go 8%? He has an irresistible offer at 8%. Most of us are like, oh, we got a discount. No, he's like, screw that. I got a lot of value. I'm raising my commission in this market, and I'm teaching other realtors to raise their commission if they're going after luxury, especially. So he's got an irresistible offer around that. Right? That's mind blowing, right? Think of like what your irresistible offer is. You know, besides transacting the property, besides finding a buyer, besides selling the home, what's an irresistible offer? Like for Walter, it's, I'm going to go really deep and give you everything you need to know about this condo community, even after you move in. I'm going to give you my cell phone number. You have any questions? You need a plumber, you need an electrician, you need solar, you need this, you need that. I know this thing in and out. I've studied the floor plans. Like that could be his irresistible offer, right? Is like comprehensive expert provided to you for the rest of your life, as well as a neighbor and a friend. I don't know, you know, I mean, what's the offer? You know, it's, I'm not only going to help you sell your home, but I'm going to reduce your stress all along the way. You know, I come from a background of stress reduction. That could be your irresistible offer. But notice how the story, the hook, the irresistible offer all ties together.
Alex,
Any questions so far?
yeah, what's the name of that realtor who has the 8% commission?
Michael LaFido, LaFido.
Thank you.
Sarah says, I got into real estate so I can stay home with my children. I could work around their schedule. Beautiful. That's a huge story that would resonate with a lot of people. I would take a little time if you can. And by the way, we all don't do this enough. Take a little time just to think instead of just doing and like being busy. I call it thinking time. And I just ask myself one question for like an hour or 2 hours. Sarah, I would, that's a huge story that if you flush it out into like a couple of paragraphs and start talking about it and then sharing it with a few people and then record it on video, that would touch a lot of people. It would be inspiring and a lot of people would resonate with it. And then lastly, do you have a list? And what I'm going to tell you is that you all already have a list, obviously. You have a Sphere. They're probably in your phone. There's an easy way to download all the contacts from your phone. There's an app called MC Backup. If you download this app, it'll walk you through how to download all the contacts from your phone and export it into a spreadsheet. Biggest mistake I see when it comes to lists is everybody's got it in their phone, but they're not leveraging it. So you're not emailing your list, you're not contacting your list, you're waiting for people to call you, you're calling some people here and there. But what if you could send a newsletter once a month, right? What if you could send them, hey, I've been working on this for the past couple months and I created this downloadable guide and I think it's so valuable to you, click here to download it. Right, and see how many people engage with your list. I was shocked. I had a list of 300,000 realtors during COVID, and I just emailed all of them and said, hey, I'm doing a free webinar because I feel you. There's not much we can do right now other than learn, stay educated, grow our businesses from the inside. And next thing I knew, 500 realtors were on the call, right? And they're all listening to me, and then they show up the next day, and then they show up the next day. I had realtors coming in every single day. Are we getting some value out of this so far? At least one nugget. Share with me what's one nugget you got so far, or something you're going to implement. Jody says my story. Awesome. Anybody else? Well, that's not very inspiring for me. No other nuggets? Josh, what did you get out of this? Josh has never seen this presentation before. Totally new spin I'm doing here.
I'm picking up all of the new lingo you've been bringing into the company as it's going slide by slide. So it's like, this is awesome because you've been talking about this for like the last couple months. And just to see it kind of how it's translated into helping these realtors in their business is awesome. So it really makes you think.
Cool. Thank you. Sarah says, I know I have to get my context in a CRM and my story. Perfect. All right. So we know we have a list. We know we need to reach our people, right, and connect with them. When you have a story, you're going to be more engaging with people. They're going to relate to you better. When you have a hook, you're going to invite them into learning more about what you have going on. And when you have a irresistible offer, they're going to go for it. Right? So these are the ingredients to a successful marketing campaign. Okay, most of us are going out there marketing and we're just like doing marketing like it's a task. But you actually have to think about it and say, okay, what am I really going to offer people to get their information? Then what am I going to do next? 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 So in my case, I say, hey, come to getyourfreegrade.com and get your free grade. And then they enter their information. And the next thing I say is schedule an appointment so I can do a live audit with you and give you all the recommendations on what to improve. And that's free. And people schedule an appointment with me. And then I get them on the call and myself or one of my team members shares their story and why they're committed to what they're doing, and then shows them value on how their online presence is and recommendations to improve, right? And then we make an irresistible offer. And our irresistible offer is that we do it for you. Because let's face it, you're not going to get around to it. If you haven't done it by now, you haven't fixed your online presence, you haven't fixed your Google, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, you're probably not going to do it. And that's okay. All it means is somebody else has to do it for you. Right? So that's what we do. So I'm kind of walking you through what we do so that you can start thinking also how to apply it for yourself. And you can also see if it's something you need help with from us. So if I was going to buy or list a home with you, where am I going to search? Where do you think I'm going to search? I'm going to search on Google. I'm going to search your name. I might be searching for a realtor in your area, but this is where we connect with a lot of people. And the value that I provide to the industry is that I let them know how they can save a lot of time and frustration and how they can get all of this done easily. Because everybody thinks this is really hard, but it's actually not that hard. It's just a matter of knowing how to do it and having time to do it. So the one thing you want to take away from this portion is that your presence on Google is extremely important. Having 5-star reviews is extremely important. Having a Google business page. Because even if you give people your amazing story and your irresistible offer and all that, they're still going to research you and see if you're legit. Like all of you can go ahead and research me, and I can say this with confidence. You will find amazing things about me online. 350 5-star reviews for our company, videos that I've given for free on education, testimonials, you name it. And where I want all of you to be is when you walk into a listing presentation to say, go ahead and Google me to see everything you find out about me. Because the last thing you want to do is walk into a listing presentation and say, wow, I hope they don't Google me. Right? So this is an easy one. Getting Google reviews, all of you can do it, and you can get it from anybody. Back in the day, you could only get Zillow reviews, and that was like from a client. Google, you can get reviews from even me or Mary or Josh. Anybody on this call can leave you a Google review. So that's how you build some online reputation. Okay. Now you can build reputation on all these other sites too. And then there's social media. And social media sucks. I'm a social media coach, and I'll say that it sucks because it takes a lot of time. Right? But the thing is, you have to be there. And if you want to leverage your social media, sharing your story and having a downloadable guide or something that is of value, that's how the big players are doing it. Like I'm at EXP, Veronica Figueroa is the #1 EXP team in the world right now. If you follow her on Facebook, and you should, she's on Facebook sharing her story, sharing her journey, all of that, and people follow her and they love her, and you know, she's growing her company. She's up to 1,600 agents right now as a team. There is no other team that's that big that I know of. So a lot of you struggle with technology, no time, complex, it's frustrating. If you were going to grade yourself on your digital presence, where do you think you'd stand? Like 1 through 100, if I was to Google you, Jody, or if I was to Google you, Walter, where do you think your online presence is? Jordan says a 10. Jody says a 50. Awesome. So that gives you some awareness that if you're at a 10 or you're at a 50, you're really dabbling. You're not quite all in yet, right? All in would be like, oh, I'm at like an 80 or a 90. I know I got some room for improvement. Maybe I'm not 100. So if you're saying that, Jordan, Jody, Mary, that you're a 10 or you're a 50, what happens when your customers look you up? Right? And I'm not sharing this to scare you. I'm sharing this to actually provide the awareness that it's something you want to work on, because they are looking you up. I know because I look at the analytics. Realtors get Googled anywhere between 20 to 400 times a month by their name, right? Because you're having conversations with people and then they look you up. Like I just told you about Michael LaFido. You could go Google him. That's probably how you're going to find information about him, right? So realtors get looked up all the time. And when they get looked up, they get found on all these platforms: Google, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Zillow, homes.com, realtor.com. But you can't manage all this on your own, right? How many people think they can manage this on their own? Anybody? Nope. Yeah, I can't manage this on my own, and I'm a tech geek, right? So a lot of realtors need help with this. So these are the most common mistakes that we see online: inconsistent social media and lack of branding, broken links and outdated information, inappropriate or negative content, missing profiles or duplicate profiles. When I've graded to 80,000 agents at this point, the average grade is between a 30 and a 40 out of 100. The best score we saw was an 82, the #1 RE/MAX team in the world. These are the kind of mistakes that we see online. And why I'm bringing this up is A, to show you, like, this is my story, this is my irresistible offer, this is my whole spiel. But B, you need to be aware that people are looking you up, and to have the foundation of $1 million business, they're going to check you out. I had to make sure before I built my business that everything looked good online, whether they Googled me or they Googled my company. And I continue to do that on a daily basis. Google my company, Google me, and see what's out there. Because if you were thinking of working with me at RealGrader, or you were thinking of working with Alex Montalenti, I know you're going to Google me. You're going to do your research, right? So it's important that all of this is solid. Here's an example. You know, Steven Swear has a Google business page on the right-hand side. This is what a Google business page would look like. Just like a restaurant has a Google business page, you all need to have a Google business page. My company sets these up for you, no problem. You can set them up for free, and I'm giving you the downloadable guide on how to do it. The question at the end of the day becomes, do you have time for it, or you just want somebody to do it? Those are your two choices. Do it yourself or get somebody to do it. Your realtor.com, your LinkedIn, your Facebook, all your profiles. This is what a search result looks like if I Google an agent. So if I Google Steven Swear, I'm going to see his Google business on the right, his Facebook on the left, his realtor.com, his Twitter, his LinkedIn, and all of his websites, etc. Same thing for all of you, right? So I'm going to put somebody, let me see how I'm doing on time. Don't have that much time. I'm gonna skip the hot seat. What I'll do is I'll offer all of you, since there's not that many on the call, if you text Josh, he will get on a call with you and do a Google search of you and give you recommendations for free on what to improve. So Josh, if you just want to put your number in the chat, I gave that number out earlier. But this is what I want you to, well, what's your biggest takeaway when it comes to this? Like your online presence, people Googling you, all of that. Let me know in the chat. And I want you to consider whether you're really dabbling or you're all in. And I consider this for myself too. Like I'm all in, and then I'm like, oh man, I'm really just dabbling in that area. I could go all in on that too. Yeah, and you can also put your number in there if you want Josh to reach out to you. That's perfect, Mary. So this is what dabbling is on the left. Dabbling is like putting up a couple Christmas lights on my house, but this is what all in is on the right. So I want you to just think about that with your business. Like, are you dabbling when it comes to building your list, or are you all in? Are you dabbling when it comes to like representing yourself, having a story, selling yourself? Like, we're salespeople. Salespeople without a story, you are highly limiting yourself. You're actually putting limitations on your own growth. Another one, dabble is like the realtor on the left. Here's Veronica Figueroa. Her marketing literally says, this is how we roll. #1 EXP team. You think she's all in? She's all in. She's posting on social media every day. So I want you to be all in. And I'm always committed to helping realtors go all in on this stuff because I know it works. I have stories after stories after stories. I can tell you about Willie Harden, who was doing all these marketing ideas, paying all these companies, but yet he was dabbling because he had no Google presence. And he went all in with us. We set up his digital optimization, and he started getting phone calls from Google, and he started getting leads, and then he started getting deals. Then he closed his first deal and he says, Alex, it worked. Now I want to invest more. What else should I do? And I said, get a bunch of reviews and we'll put you on Google local service ads. And he did that. Guess what he does now? He gets 4 to 5 qualified leads a week, and he closes 2 deals a month just from his Google local. He's on his way to making $1 million just from his Google marketing campaign. So I'm giving you $1 million marketing idea. The question is, will you implement it, or are we going to eat popcorn today and watch Alex? You know, I'm a little harsh, but I'm a little like serious because it is your business. Like, I know you're all committed to it because you're showing up on a webinar at 9:30 in the morning. The question is, are you going to implement it? And I'm going to tell you that it works, right? So everything I'm sharing with you does work for people. Here's Gabe Cordova, one of the top EXP teams. He was dabbling, even though he thought he was killing it in his marketing and had a whole marketing team, he was dabbling because we analyzed his online presence, and he said it was a hot mess. I discovered a company called RealGrader. I'm so glad I did. Over the last few weeks, they helped identify errors in our links, logos, pictures, phone numbers, and emails across the internet, including social media. And we went through every account, I mean every, and we cleaned up his social media presence and his Google presence. So what my company does is save you time. First of all, we get you all cleaned up on Google and your social media so that you don't have to. That's number one. Number two is we guide you all along the way to be doing the next thing and the next thing and the next thing to grow your online presence. So imagine next year if you implemented Google Business, Google Reviews, you started doing Google local service ads, and it was all paying for itself. I'm not telling you to invest in things that aren't going to make you money. I'm telling you invest in things that are going to make you money, right? And I'm telling you invest in yourself with your story, with your irresistible offer, with your hook. These are things that are going to make you a lot of money, right? Not only that, but it's going to have you show up in a whole different way. So this is what we do. Now I'm coming to my irresistible offer to all of you, just like when you guys go to a listing presentation, you're going to say, hey, I want you to list with me. Well, I'm going to invite all of you to list with me. Is it okay if I give you my irresistible offer? Yes? Awesome. So what I'm offering to all of you is to actually have my company set up your Google business for you the right way, teach you how to get reviews really easily with a tool that we have called an Instacard that helps you text message people and just get reviews on Google really quick. I've had people get 40 to 80 reviews in the first month. Set up your Facebook business the right way with the marketing, with the branding, everything. We'll design it for you. We're going to set up your Instagram business, connect it to your Facebook business, make sure the calls to actions are there, make sure everything is set up and named properly. Set up your LinkedIn profile with the branding so that you show up professionally on LinkedIn and people can find you there. Also on YouTube, we're going to set up your YouTube channel, whether you have it or not. If you have stuff, we're going to optimize it. If you don't have it, we're going to build it. We're going to set everything up on YouTube. And already you can know that that stuff would take you 20 to 30 hours if you knew what you were doing. Okay, so you have to look at like, what's your time worth? And I'm giving you, don't forget, all the guides. So I mean, at the end of this, if you say, I'm gonna do it myself kind of person, great, I'm gonna give you all the guidebooks. You can watch them and you can read them and you can implement it. I'm just looking to save you time. Homes.com, we're gonna set that up for you too. Maximize your service areas, make sure you have a profile on there. Realtor.com, do your branding, set up all your profiles there, set up all your settings. Zillow, same thing. We find mistakes on Zillow all the time. We're going to set that up for you as well. And then we're going to teach you how to copy reviews from different platforms. So we leverage your reputation online. We're going to teach you how to grow your followers on Instagram. We're going to teach you how to connect your contacts on LinkedIn. We're going to do all of that with you, hand-holding you through Zoom classes. So information alone never helped anyone. My goal is to get you to take steps. Even if you take one step today or one nugget today, I'm happy. If you go all in, then I'm inviting you to go all in with us because we do know what we're doing. We've done this for over 7,200 realtors at this point. And, we're invited at EXPCon, and we're the most popular session for a reason, because we came last year and over 100 agents signed up and we got results for all of them. So, I mean, that's why we're back. We do it for you. This is really what we offer. That's my irresistible offer. And I've been in the industry long enough to know that this stuff takes a lot of time. It's frustrating, but we want to hold your hand throughout the process. So, first option is do nothing. Second option is make an investment in your future. And at the end of the day, if all this did, I'll ask Jody, if all this did was get you one client, would it be worth it to you? 100%, right?
Yes. Yes.
So this is the total value of our program. And this is why it should be irresistible to you. I mean, Google Business, companies charge $297 to set that up the right way. HomeSnap does it as well for $99, but that's all they do is your Google Business. They don't do all 8 of them. And we've fixed a lot of HomeSnap Google Business pages. Facebook Business, $297 value. Instagram Business, $97 value. YouTube, $97. LinkedIn, $97. Homes.com, Realtor.com, Zillow, $97. It's $1,176 value. That's not what I'm offering you. Bonus is we get you on a 90-minute call one-on-one to understand who you are, what your service areas are, what's your bio, get access to all your profiles, and we design all of your branding. Your branding will look like this. This is what we did for Lisa Vidal. Lisa Vidal was a brand new agent in 2020, joined during COVID, and she got her first listing from Google Business thanks to what we did for her. So we literally launched her career. She was on stage with us yesterday thanking us. Since that, she's gotten leads from Instagram and from Facebook, and it's all because we set her up. She was not tech savvy at all. Besides that, we also create your Instacard, which is your digital business card, because in 2022 and 2023, if you're still handing out paper cards, they're basically ending up in the garbage. 88% of business cards end up in the garbage in less than 2 weeks. Digital business cards, I'm at a tech conference for real estate right now, and I can tell you that 25% of people are now using digital cards. That is where we're going. And it's way better for you. Builds your list. So we include that. Ryan Serhan even uses our digital business card. Not even going to play the video. 1980 is the total value, but I'm giving you more than that. I want you to master all these areas because this is the future of business. So we are going to handhold you through mastering all these areas. We're going to help you become a real estate influencer. I don't care where you are. Meaning, like, if you haven't done anything on Facebook, I can still get you through the steps, right? We can take you and grow you from there. So what we include is we have monthly trainings in addition to this. So we set everything up for you, but then we hold your hand throughout the entire year. We have monthly coaching calls. We have webinars with market experts, like the top industry leaders, and you'll have access to all of that. You'll have it on demand so you can watch the replays. You can join live and ask questions. We have workshops with these people. We have a Facebook community that you join so that you're part of a group. We give you all the downloadable guides, not just the 8 that I'm going to give you today, but everything. It's 242 pages of ebooks and checklists and downloads. But the most important part is that we hold your hand. So every week, imagine you had a classroom on Zoom that you could just join the classroom, just log in and join, and we're going to give you support on Google. We're going to give you support on getting reviews. We're going to show you how to get reviews, hand-holding you through the process on video, just like you are now. And it's anywhere between 5 to 10 realtors at a time that show up on these. Google Genius, VIP support, digital business card training, customizable email signature. We're going to give you a content calendar of social media, and we're going to give you posts for every single day. So we give you the posts for you to post every single day. This is Lisa. She said, I got my first closing ever from Google and just got another from Instagram, and that would not have happened if I didn't invest in the opportunity. This is Sheila Morrison. She says, RealGrader is my new love. She originally did the optimization with them. I use their Instacart daily. Their social media team is growing my Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So we post for her on top of that. That's another service we have. But what I'm inviting you to is to join us for a year. And this is not a huge investment. We are going to optimize all 8 of your sites. We're going to give you a custom digital business card. We're going to give you all the training and support for an entire year. It's a total value of $4,997. And I'm offering it. And then I also include a welcome webinar. That's what I gave to EXP. I'm giving that to you. It's a total value, a total investment of $1,966. So you probably spent more on other programs. This program is actually doing the work for you though. So we will optimize all your profiles for you. We will build your digital business card for you. And then we're going to handhold you throughout the year so that you grow on all these platforms and you start mastering them. Because this is the tool set that you're all going to need. In 5 years from now, if you're not playing on Instagram and you don't have Google reviews, you're going to fall way behind. The gap is already huge. You know, Gary Ashton has over 1,000 reviews on Google right now. Lori Reeder has over 1,200 reviews on Google right now. And Google is building a directory of the best agents. So this is my irresistible offer. This is the best thing that I've put together in my 21 years on this planet. I stand behind it. I'm committed to seeing you succeed. You have direct access through me through a texting number. So if you ever have questions all along the way, I text back my clients on this community line. And if you want to do this, text me. Let's do this. This is my personal cell. I'll also share whoever's interested with Josh, and he'll contact you to schedule it. And then if you're really interested and you just know this is for you, this is the QR code to get signed up. And I know this isn't for everybody, but there's probably 1 or 2 of you that are considering this. And this is really my, my irresistible offer to all of you to help you grow and succeed online. And I want you all to have all of these tools. These tools are key for your business. So it's 7:32, a little over an hour. Let me know your takeaways. Let me know if you're all in or if you're dabbling. If you're all in, let me know in the chat. If you're texting me saying, let's do this, I'll put my number back on the screen. That's over here, 516-510-7101, and I'll text you the link. Any questions?
This was really great. I mean, all of your presentations are great, but this one was really eye-opening, I think, for everybody.
Awesome.
Yeah, a lot of things because you're telling what worked for you, and if it worked for you, it's going to work for other people. Thank you.
Nice. Walter says, I'm already signed up. My 90-minute is tomorrow, and my assistant are all in. Awesome. And yeah, bringing your assistant, that's genius, Walter. And I promote that. Like I don't charge extra for assistants. I want you to bring your assistant. Because if you have an assistant, that means you're leveraging your time, and your assistant really should be doing all the work so that you can be out with people. Jody says, I did this a year ago, but I want to hear from Josh to see where I'm at, what I need to do. Awesome. So you did the optimization, Jody. So then you may consider just doing the influencer program. That's $970 for the year. That would be how to grow. You probably have the foundation right now. Now you just need to start growing on all these platforms. We just launched this program earlier this year and it's going really well. We took a while to launch this program because I wanted to make sure that I put out a program that was going to work for people. And it wasn't overwhelming too, because I don't want to suck all the time out of you. So these open Zoom rooms are key because you can just pop in and ask your questions and get what you need and then pop out, but they're offered 3 times a week. So you have flexibility. Awesome. Awesome. Any other questions, takeaways? Even if you're not signing up, I'd love to know, what are you going to implement from this?
Okay. Great. We did have a small group today, but sometimes small is better because you can really spend, more time with people. I just wanted to thank you, Alex and Josh, again. Thank you both for getting up so early. Yay to the early birds.
problem.
Somebody, Jordan had a question. Because I'm wondering about.
Yeah,
the-
I'm wondering about the systems that provide this service already, the systems. I'm not sure what you mean by systems, Jordan. You can, you can unmute yourself and I can just answer you directly.
Yeah, sure. I know there's a few signs that I'm already with, online accounts that are connecting my Facebook to Instagram, my Nextdoor to my YouTube. I have a few accounts like that already. So how does this differentiate between those?
So as far as I know, I mean, Nextdoor and there is no company that goes through all 8 of your websites and optimizes them. So you might have had 1 or 2 optimized or 1 or 2 connected to different platforms. What we're going in is analyzing what's broken, what's missing, what needs to be fixed, and we're optimizing the platforms and setting up the branding. So they're complementary to anything else that you're doing. Like it'll make you stronger on any other service that you're working with. Because ultimately, it doesn't matter what service you're using, they're going to Google you at some point.
Mhm.
Right. And you want to make sure that you know, if, like, do you have a Google business page right now?
No.
Yeah. So just that alone, I mean, just that would be worth it. Right. I mean, the Google business and having a bunch of 5-star reviews. Once Willie had no Google business, we set that up for him. Then he set it up for his mortgage company. He started getting leads there. Then he started getting reviews. And once he got over the threshold of like 5 reviews, 10 reviews, now he's at like 40+ reviews. Now he's getting like so many more phone calls, right? Because the algorithm is based on reviews now. So on Google Maps, realtors show up based on who has the most reviews. On Google local service ads, it's all based on reviews. That's like the biggest factor now. Like just one last thing before I go, I just want you to get where this is going. When I say Google, like I'm just going to put in like best realtor in Westchester. Right? I can pick any town. This is the new Google directory. These 3 faces you're seeing on the top that kind of look Zillow-esque. Google launched this a year ago, and they're creating a directory of all the best agents. And then right under that, you have the Google business pages, which is related to this, but it's different. So, I mean, if you're not here, you're not anywhere. Like in 2 years, 5 years, where this is going, they are actually qualifying agents as we speak. And how are they qualifying them? They're qualifying them on how fast they pick up the phone, right? And how fast they report back to Google whether that was a good lead. Because let's face it, Google's the #1 search engine. Where is this all going? Voice activated searches. It's going to like map searches. It's going to mobile searches. And this is the first thing that shows up on a mobile search. So these people are getting leads right now. And then if I search more real estate agents in Westchester, these are the rest of them. And if they have the check mark, they've been verified. This is Google local service ads. And you go down the list and look at, you know, how many people are there right now already. But look at the end, the list ends here. And then there's these people. Right? Jay Phillip, he's a client of ours, but he hasn't done Google local yet. So this is, you know, this is where you want to be. And like, if I put in a specific town, like, I don't know, what town are you in, Jordan?
I'm in Middletown, New York.
So is that like DDLE town, like that?
Yep. Yeah, just like that.
So I'll take that, go to Google. Realtor in Middletown, New York. And boom, these are the realtors who are going to show up. So like, and you know, you need to have a good amount of reviews to be here. It's not that competitive yet, like 33, 14, 22, 11. But if I go to like Atlanta, you're going to see 500 reviews, 900 reviews, 1,000 reviews. That's super competitive already. So, I mean, you know, that's why I say the gap is going to really move quickly and people aren't seeing it yet. But how are you going to show up on Google with 1 review when your competitor has 150? You know, and people look you up and they're like, well, I want to list with you, but I see this other realtor's got like 150 5-star reviews and you only have 1, or you're not on there, right? That's across the board. That's Google. That's going to be Instagram followers. How many followers do you have? That's going to be YouTube subscribers. This is the whole game right now. I mean, that's everything at these big trade shows, these big conventions. That's what they're talking about. So I'll leave you with that. If you're interested in just hopping on a call with us, we're happy to. Josh will put his number one more time in the chat, or put your phone number if you want us to contact you. If you're all in on this program, I don't offer this program a lot, but if you're all in and you want to go for it, this is a 1-year program that I know will get you results. I'm committed to it. Like I would happily give you a money back guarantee. That's how committed I am. Right. So how long is the offer available? I'll give you till the end of the week, just so that you take some action. And that's about it.
I have a
Thank you, Mary.
question.
Yeah.
What happens after the first year if you sign up? You said it's for 1 year.
You can choose to continue at $97 a month, no
Mhm.
contract, or you could just end after a year. I mean, I want to provide so much value that you're like, yeah, 97 is a no-brainer. I'm making thousands of dollars off of this.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's no commitment to renew or anything. You could just stay on a month-by-month basis.
I have a question.
Sure.
So you said you'll set us up, but then after 1 year, you have an option of 97 a month, or you can continue it on your own, right? Because you
Yeah.
are learning in the process, and you can do it on your own if you're capable of.
100%.
Okay.
And that would be like a dream for me, because it's like, okay, I've trained you well enough that you can just do it on your own. I mean, that's where I want you all to be equipped for the market that we're going into, and your assistants too, whoever it is you want to bring to the table.
So how long does it take to set everything up, Alex?
Yeah, so if you sign up today, you're going to schedule your optimization call, your onboarding call within 2 weeks, because we want to give you enough time to fill in a form that we need. That's going to ask you for your service areas, your bio, your headshot. Once you have that call, within 30 business days, your 8 sites will be completely optimized and your branding will be completed, and it'll be all posted and online, and we'll show you everything that we did. The coaching will start right away. So you'll be able to join those classes like starting next week. We'll send you a welcome email. We'll send you an onboarding document, and you'll be able to join like the Google Genius Bar next week. You'll be able to start getting reviews. Second, you have your Google business page, growing your followers on Instagram. We're gonna help you with all that. So yeah, training wise, it starts immediately. Implementation of your profiles within 30 business days of your call.
Thank you.
Yep. I'll just put back again, that's my number. If you want to do this, just shoot me a text and say, let's do this, and I will send you the link. And if you want to speak with Josh and do an audit, you have his number as well. And I got to run because I got to go do a session for a couple hundred people.
Okay. Thank you again, Alex, for
Thank
your insight. And if anyone has any questions, you can reach out to Alex. You can reach out to me. I am recording this, so we'll have the recording for you hopefully later this afternoon. And for Friday, if anyone signed up for, there's a breakfast with benefits this Friday. It is virtual. I'll be sending out an email about that again. It's all about mold and how not to let mold kill a deal. So that should be really interesting. Anyway, thank you, everyone, and have a great day.
Thank you.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye,
Bye.
everyone.